U.S. President Donald Trump on Monday said he decided to give Vladimir Putin a shorter deadline to show Moscow was making an effort toward ending Russia's war in Ukraine.
So what is your new deadline? What
I'm going to make a new deadline of about 10 or 12 days from today. No reason in waiting. There's no reason in waiting. It's 50 days. I want to be generous, but we just don't see any progress being made.
Trump's remarks come as he met with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer in Scotland. He said he was disappointed in Putin's continued aggression against Kiev.
We thought we had that settled numerous times, and then President Putin goes out and starts launching rockets into some city like Kiev and kills a lot of people in a nursing home or whatever. You have bodies lying all over the street. And I say that's not the way to do it.
There was no immediate comment from the Kremlin. Ukraine welcomed the statement. President Volodymyr Zelensky's chief of staff thanked Trump in a social media post for, quote, standing firm and delivering a clear message of peace through strength. Trump, who has expressed annoyance with Zelensky, has not always followed tough talk about the Kremlin with action. He often cites what he deems a good relationship with Putin.
So, Vladimir, thank you very much. Thank you.
Trump made his initial threat on July 14th.
And we're going to be doing very severe tariffs if we don't have a deal in 50 days.
He said he would impose 100% secondary tariffs on countries that buy Russian exports unless Moscow agrees to a major peace deal with Ukraine. That 50-day deadline would expire in early September. The threat mirrored an announcement in March that the U.S. would slap tariffs on buyers of sanctioned Venezuelan oil. No such tariffs have been imposed since, and Venezuela's exports of oil have jumped.
Thirty-year-old expectant mother Bogdana Shupania stands among the charred remains of her Kyiv apartment. She says she was planning to spend the last 2 weeks of her pregnancy preparing for the arrival of her daughter. But when a Russian drone struck on July 21st, those plans were shattered.
The shockwave was so strong. And of course, thank God my mother was in shelter, because I think that no one would have survived inside the apartment.
Still, she says she's lucky. Shupania was out with her husband when the drone attack happened. Her mother, who was living there, took shelter in the building's basement when the air raid alert sounded. Shupania's dad, a Ukrainian soldier, was killed in 2022.
In the bathroom, we have a fragment of a Russian drone as a souvenir. And this is confirmation that they are attacking civilian places, specifically residential apartments.
Moscow, which has killed thousands of civilians since its full-scale invasion in February 2022, denies intentionally targeting them. Ukraine has also targeted Russian cities with long-range weapons, though it has caused far more limited damage. Nearby, a central subway station, shops, and houses were also damaged in what was one of several large-scale Russian attacks on the Ukrainian capital this summer.
Still, we made a conscious choice to have a child now. We have been planning it for a long time. It's maybe not so much an instinct, but rather us seeing that some of our friends have already had 2 children. If they did it during the war, so will we.
A gunman opened fire inside a Midtown Manhattan skyscraper on Monday, killing 4 people before fatally shooting himself. That's according to New York City officials, who said the victims included 3 civilians, as well as 36-year-old New York Police Department officer Didarul Islam, who had been on the force for 3.5 years. New York Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch said police had identified the suspect, who was believed to have acted alone, as 27-year-old Shane Tamura from Las Vegas.
According to our law enforcement partners in Las Vegas, Mr. Tamura has a documented mental health history. His motives are still under investigation, and we are working to understand why he targeted this particular location.
Tish said surveillance video showed a man exiting a double-parked vehicle on Park Avenue between 51st and 52nd Street carrying an M4 rifle. He then enters a skyscraper at 345 Park Avenue, and security camera footage from the building shows him shooting several people in the lobby, including the NYPD officer, before calling an elevator. Tish said a woman then exited the elevator, and the shooter allowed her to pass unharmed. He then goes up to the 33rd floor, where he fires more rounds and kills another person, before shooting himself in the chest. A CNN report which cited officials said preliminary checks on the suspect's background did not show a significant criminal history. 345 Park Avenue houses offices of a number of financial institutions, including Blackstone and KPMG, along with the NFL headquarters.
Since 2012, we have seen huge swarming in those years when the water levels are quite low. We think it is because the sun lights the riverbed more and the algae can breed more, and that way the larvae find more food. What our lights do is that they keep them here. They don't let them fly above, so they keep swarming around the lights. And often a swirl of insects form around the lights, which reaches the surface of the water, and they splash into the water. Where the mayflies reach the water, they place their eggs there. What we can achieve is that they stay in place over the water, and the next generation is saved. They cannot go further up, but at least their offspring survive.
We came over to take a look because it was raining really hard. The house is right next to the mountain, so we got worried and rushed over. By the time we got here, the landslide had already crashed into the house. I saw the water had nowhere to go. That other house over there, by the restaurant, that's ours too. The flood water from the mountain ended up flowing out that way through the restaurant side.
It's desperation to watch this disgrace. We had the same situation on the 17th of September in Alvarenga. And now we have this scenario here in Canelas. And we don't know how we can sort this out. We need help. We need air support.